Right, how are you doing, all those out there in YouTube land? This is just a quick little video, a bit of information what I've been up to. When I've put all the brakes back together on this Range Rover, and I was bleeding them. I got one of those pressure bleeders. You know, you can plug it on. They're not great, but they make a bit of a mess sometimes. But you can screw it onto your master cylinder, and then it pressurises the system. And I was bleeding the brakes, you know, furthest away, near, you know, and working my way towards the front. And when I got to the front passenger side caliper, it's got vented discs. I started to bleed it, and I could only get air out of two of the bleed nipples, which are both on the same side as it happened. I could not get anything out of the other one, the third one on the outside. I checked the pipe to work all the way to it, and there's nothing wrong. So I had to take the caliper off anyway to see if I could find out what was wrong, and I did find out what was wrong. I'll show you here if I can get these dogs to move. They won't like the gun. Maybe that'll move them. I'll show you just what I found. And the upshot of this is that I've had to buy a new caliper. This one here, brand new caliper. It's not an OEM. And the reason that now I put new pistons. I put new pistons in this. Well, in two of them, I think. I can't remember which ones I replaced. I replaced one or two of pistons in this and seals. The reason this wasn't the fluid wasn't getting through because this fella here, see that? Now there's a seal. There's a seal, and let's see if we can push it out. Yeah. There's a seal, and there's an insert that goes in the centre. And you can probably see it on there if I can hold it. It's actually crushing the seal, and what happened was that this seal was closed up by the insert pushing on it, so it stopped the fluid going through to the calipers. Now it probably would have worked because half the system would have worked on both sides, but maybe it was like that from the very beginning. But I don't think so. I must have bled it originally. I would have noticed that. So I tried to get two of these seals, order them off a few people, but nobody seemed to have them. So they're only a couple of quid each, maybe. So in the end, I had to buy a new caliper. I think it was £46 or something like that from Paddock Spares. So that's it, all for the sake of a couple of little seals. I could have fixed this caliper. Maybe I will in the future. I'll keep my eye out and see if I can find some of these. Anybody out there knows where I can get them from. Now I have tried around a few places, and they said they had them until you go into it and you order them, and then they say they haven't got them. You know, as I say, it sits inside this extension for the two calipers. You know, it sits in the side, and it's supposed to seal, but with the insert in the middle. On this one, it kind of twisted as well as it was being compressed, and that's what seems to have blocked it up. So anyway, so there we are. I've got if I could find another couple of seals, I could make that as a spare front caliper, I suppose. I don't know how often you think you're going to need to change one of them. So that's where we are with that. Hello, how are you? As for these dogs are a danger in the workshop. As for the car, I'm still looking. I've got the headlining off here now. I'm going to have to put this into the garage to keep it safe. It's the fiberglass headlining. I'm going to try. There's something you might be able to help me with. Anybody know where I can get this type of stuff for the headlining now. I went online. It'll fry your brains looking online in the end, because you know, you see so many different things, people selling stuff, and I'm gone past the stage now of just buying stuff and assuming it's right, because they'll sell you anything if you want to pay for it. But that's what I'm after. I want to get some of this material here, and put a new headlining on this. This here is a material. It's nice grey headlining with like a rub, but it's got like a sponge backing on it. If I don't hear from anybody, I'll have to go on the line again and see if I can hunt something down. I was supposed to start today on doing the front of this. You'll see on another video in this on the front of this Range Rover, but I couldn't be asked. Let's be honest. You don't feel like it every day. But so there we are. And also I might mention I ordered 2 new front brake calipers. I did clean these ones up, and they are within spec. Like I think minimum's 22 millimeters, and they're well within that. But once I got the caliper off, and I thought, well, cheers. Well, on the time I start, what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to take the hub off. Now I've got the caliper off, it'll not be that big a deal. Just take the hub off, put 2 new front vented discs back on. I've got them on order now. Hopefully he'll be here next week. Anyway, it's Friday today, and I should have done that in the beginning, really, but you know, I didn't. And my idea being that it not need doing again for a long time. Whereas if I'd have left the old ones on, maybe I don't know, a year or two, and I might be looking at them again. You know. Anyway, I think that's everything for now. Right, here we are. I'm on my own again, so I've had to lift the roof off myself as far as I can for now. I'll have to get somebody to give me a lift off with it. No major rust along the rails as far as yet as I've seen. But this front piece gonna need a bit welding in. This roof has been off in the past, as far as I can tell. A lot of things you'd notice that probably weren't genuine. Screws not done up, and the way it's like a gasket. And the only ones I've ever seen, they've had sealer or putty holding them on. But this is what we have anyway. So that piece has got to be cut out and a new piece welded in. That is solid all the way down. I think when I put a grinder to that, it'll all shine up. Right, so this is it now. I'm sort of out of my comfort zone all of a sudden, for obvious reasons. I have taken a roof off. There's one. There's one up there. That's a roof. Got a mat on it, but it's a roof without a. I've got a good mind to put that on. It's got no. Sunroof. It'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it, than messing about with the sunroof? Because I've got to sort of make sure it's working before I put it back. But who knows? I might. There it is up there. Look, you can see it. That's a 2-door roof up there. Don't know how I got it up there. Must have been younger when it went up. So now I've got all this here, and as I say, I'm out of the comfort zone a bit. It's just not comfortable in here with the lack of space, and climbing over stuff. But this is what I'm at now. So I've got to try and get some metal of this thickness. It shouldn't be that hard. It's only from there to there, like, you know, it's got to be quite. There's a little bit of a lip on it, there's a little bit of a bend on it just for taking the windscreen rubber, so I'm going to make sure I do that anyway. So that's where we are now, so I'm going to have to cover everything up that I've done so far just to stop the dirt and everything getting into it. Right,